First true soju. Wow. I'm so tired. I'm gonna get yeah, I don't know. Feeling a little out of it. We'll see what happens. The problem right now is I haven't been getting enough sun. No, I'm not sick. I just I haven't been outside enough. I went outside to do a bunch of work 2 days ago. Yesterday, 2 days ago. Go ghost and tank this game. I can probably troll a little bit. These guys aren't like super good. But yeah, I tried to go outside to do some work to get a bunch of exercise, and I got stung by. I stepped on a yellow jacket nest and I got stung. And I'm kind of allergic, so it didn't go super well. And I've kind of been afraid to go back out there to finish. I will look for you, I will find you, and I will watch you. Okay. Sounds good. Problem with Ghost Tank is I need something to spend minerals on. It's gonna be like super gas heavy, and I'll end up floating a bunch of minerals. So I might need like vultures too, probably. Can we do that? Tank Ghost Vulture. Yeah. Yeah. Do not mind the misclicks. I don't know if that's a wall, but it's what we're doing. Wraith would actually be a good strategy here, but I think we don't have to take it super serious. Or we don't have to play at all. Bio. Hi, Soviet. How's it going? Yeah. It's kind of funny that he complains about his teammate, which I don't blame him, but little does he know what's going on over here. Can I just go Ghost? Can I just go only Ghost? I feel like that'll work right now. Yeah, that guy, he did some 1v1s with me. We played PvP as well, and I gotta say, they were significantly easier than our PvP. The turn rate's actually good here, and I keep moving my SCVs too early. Hey, what's up, Dud? Yeah, we'll play again sometime for sure. Dude, those games are amazing. That guy was a journey. If only these were StarCraft 2 Ghost. The most broken unit in the game. In Brood War, yeah. I just meant in StarCraft 2, Ghosts are absolutely insane. You know what, I have cloak. What am I doing? Problem is clicking. It's too hard. Can't do it. Oh, really? The more you know. Yeah, I just got so much better at Ghost. Ask me how often I use this unit. It's kind of a shame I don't really have anything to lock down on. Late Halloween special, something like that. Look at that range advantage. I know, I had a... It was Gino, right? Actually asked me, he's like, dude, do you have the game that led to that, by the way? You're welcome. Thanks, Marshall. I will play with the bad team this time. I watch an okay amount of movies. I wouldn't say that I watch a lot. I used to watch them a lot more, but not so much anymore. Oh, I know this one, actually. It's funny because in my head I thought Snakes on a Plane, but I don't think that's it. It's not that one. Wait, I actually know this quote. I know this one. Oh, it's Indiana Jones? Okay, I guess not then. You know, I actually never watched any Indiana Jones movies. I think I've just heard that quote before. I may have just heard the quote without watching the movie. It's funny, the kinds of movies that I find myself quoting, there's a lot of like things that I've said over the years that I didn't even realize I was quoting movies until I went back and watched like some of my childhood movies. A big one was I went back and watched the second Ninja Turtles movie, And I was like, oh my god, I've never made an original joke in my life. Like, I did not realize that I was quoting that movie all the time. But apparently I do. Or at least I used to. But it's so quotable. Like, it's such a good movie, dude. I actually am gonna watch that with my girlfriend. Probably in the next, like, day or two. Favorite Ninja Turtle? It's Michelangelo. Which is, I guess, kind of cliche almost, but I just like him. I've always liked him even as a kid. I like his weapon the most, too. Well, as a kid, I was torn between him and Leonardo, because as a child, I, like, really, really like the color blue. So I literally like Leo, even though he had, like, no personality. Alright, good game. Very good. As a kid, I hated Raphael because I hated that he was a rage ball, but now that I'm older, he's super relatable. Now we can just 2v2. Anybody who pubs BGH can relate to Raphael. Yeah, 1v2. Guess we're not doing it. Whatever. Nobody puts baby in a corner. I don't know this one either. Oh, Dirty Dancing? Yeah, I never watched this movie either. Who is Science? Who dis? Even if he doesn't answer, I can tell who it is now. Is this sped up? Or did it just not lag? Is it Checkmate? Nope. Is it Danny? Nope. Don't remember. Okay, that actually works too. Oh, that's It's Soviet. Why the name Science, huh? That's not you? Wait, who's Old Republic? Oh, I'd never speak to this person. Oh, it's some Korean. Yeah, I don't talk to you anyway. The app. Look, the name was Old Republic, okay? Hi, Sharon. Thanks for popping in. Is it Andrew? What doesn't work if I don't speak to the person? Good night, sit on. Good night, Zen. Is it? Oh, it might be Swan. Maybe it's Swan. Okay, I haven't been paying attention to this game. Wait, changed names? Oh. What do you change names between games for? Okay, now we know. Sharon is Chinese. I'm 3-gate. I've paid absolutely zero attention. So we got double turn and I'm 3-gate. That's great. Very good. Hi, Gilliard. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm chill. I'm down, fella. Go for the Marines, not the Sunken. Yeah, goof. Wait, did he make vultures and not have money for SCVs? That's awesome. Yeah, okay. He did make an SCV, just took forever. He went Hydra. It's not very good. I mean, Lurker's like fine against the bio, obviously, but outside of the initial surprise, like it's not going to be very useful. Really forgot a Robo Bay. Facility? Yeah, facility, whatever. I like the latency's getting worse. Dude, I got stuck on the Vulture. You're trolling me. Okay, this trade was still fine. It could have been better. Could have been better, it could have been worse. Soviet. Look, I can't help the level of competition. It's not my fault. I wasn't watching that. I did not think for a second that I actually needed to watch that fight. You're good. Whatever. I do know what Elo Poppet is from. I didn't see that one. Because it's another one that I say all the time. Dude, I was watching when K-Kus was streaming. He did one BGH game and he joined Shocking Korean's game, and after he lost, the dude started DMing him. And he was like, "You actually thought you could beat me?" There's something wrong with some of these people. Hey, what's up, Ace? Alright, Soviet. You have a good evening, dude. What happened? You asking me to repeat the story I just told? No, I'm just messing. K-Kus joined, so he did his ladder matches, and then after he was done, he did one BGH game, and he played against Shocking Korean. And then after Kus lost to him, because they did a 2v2, Kus lost to him, the dude started DMing K-Kus, and he was like, "You actually thought you could beat me?" Yeah, he's a weirdo. That toxic video was hilarious. Yeah. A lot of people like it. I had one guy left a comment, and then he deleted it after I responded, which kind of made me sad, because I actually liked the comment response. Normally I play on US West, but every now and then I'll play, it's Flash? Oh, it is the same person? Okay, that makes sense then. Every now and then I'll play on Europe, but it's not very often that I'll do it. But yeah, so this guy left a message. Let me show it. So he left a comment and said, "Why even entertain this clown? Be the bigger man and just move on." And I said, "Because it entertains me some as well. I was only capable of being a slightly bigger man." And then he deleted his comment. Kind of made me sad. East is dying. Yeah, East is like pretty much completely dead at this point. Used to be the server back in the day. Soviet and I are we're gonna make Smurfs at some point, I guess, and play against this guy. Because he'll keep me if I have a bad team, but if I have a good team, he'll kick me, or kick, like, my good teammates. And then, I swear, every time I play against him, I get this god-awful 3 position on this stupid modified map. And this position on this map is so bad. Like, you cannot Zerg SimCity there. It's terrible. Only love. Poppy kicks me a lot, too. Could maybe do innings. We'll see if they have space here. Oh, they're playing fastest. Oh. Okay. I have been banned. After 4 months of me not asking who's your favorite race and strategy. You did used to ask me that, like, all the time, huh? Right, maybe not all the time, but I feel like you've asked me this more than once. But I think the most fun strategy and my favorite race is definitely a Biotank with Terran. I probably have like 10 uploads of that on my YouTube as well. I'm sure people get tired of it, but yeah, I like it.
Reporting for duty. Affirmative. Roger that. SCP good to go, sir.
Not enough minerals.
Ah, boy. The host is even here. Okay. I would like a good game, but if he's willing to give me a negative win rate and then someone with 0 games with the name Fire and Blood, you never see my record. Yeah, I don't really care to join his lobby if I have to tell him how to host, I guess. Like, I don't mean that in a toxic way. It just would not be enjoyable. I would get very frustrated playing against 3 people that are really good and having to work with that. That's all. So, we'll skip me getting triggered. So what's up, Clarky?
Yes, sir. I read you. Roger that. SCV good to go,
Not
sir.
enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
SCV good to go, sir.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
SCV good to go, sir. Yes, sir. SCV good to go, sir. Roger that.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go,
Additional
sir.
supply depots required.
Report for duty. Job finished. Report for duty. Report for duty. SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go, sir. Right away, sir.
Kind of what I mean, just to explain a little bit more. It's not that I am opposed to playing a game where I have a disadvantage. I just think that there is zero chance that I could win. And one of two things would happen. Either they'd hit my teammate, and my teammate would just immediately die, and then I quit the game, and it's like, okay, like, good game, I guess, we played. Or they focus me, and I probably hold and defend, but I take a bunch of damage, and then I get super tilted that my team doesn't have anything to show for it. Like, I'm pretty sure that's, like, almost guaranteed how those games play out.
Not enough minerals.
The latency here feels way worse than 16. Oh, because it's, yeah, because it's lagging too.
Not enough minerals.
That would be why.
I read you. Yes, sir. Report for duty. SCV good to go, sir. Orders, Captain. I can't build affirmative.
Okay, good block. Is busy with the lings.
SCV good to go, sir. Go, go, go.
Not enough minerals.
SCV good to go, sir. Yes, sir.
Additional supply depots required.
Go, go, go. Let's move. Job finished. SCV good to go, sir. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Commander, outstanding. Commander. Rock and roll. Jacked up and good to go. Commander.
That's triple toss.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Piece of me, boy. Rock and roll. Let's move. You want a piece of me, boy? Go, go, go. Give me something to shoot. SCV good to go, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
Outstanding. Rock and roll. You want a piece of me, boy? Report for duty. Good to go. Give me something to shoot. Go, go, go. Let's move. Outstanding. SCV good to go, sir. You want a piece of me, boy? Yes, sir. Give me something to shoot. Outstanding. Rock and roll.
yeah, I'm wasting a lot here.
Commander, let's move. Standing by.
Forces are under attack.
Standing
Dude, this lag sucks, man. I don't think it's Spring lagging. He gets those little spikes, but I don't think he's the one lagging like that. Or maybe he is. Thought he didn't lag. Are you sure about that? I don't think he's Korean. Dude, I tried moving that before the zealots even moved, and it still did not move in time. This is terrible. I'm losing my mind trying to play like this. Yeah, it's pretty big. Pretty big. That's the right thing to do. Yeah, I'd rather just stay mid and hold mid here. Yep, I can. Not build order, sorry. You can give them a command after, but it's not to build more. Like you can shift click. Like I could do like this, hold shift, and then right click a mineral patch before it starts, and then it'll go mine after. My APM appears to be high because it's lagging so badly. That's how you know it's lagging. It's when I have high APM. Ash's world just got turned upside down. Okay, guess I don't need to suicide everything. I mean, I guess.
Your forces are under attack.
What? Get out of here.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Upgrade complete.
Berserk did. Actually true, though. There was 3 Toss and 0 Corsair made, but if I was Zerg, all 3 of them, I promise you, would have gone Corsair. Now that's funny. I think you're the only person in BGH Team that uses the tank combo well. Yeah, I don't see anybody, like, ever do it. When they do, yeah, I think I agree with you. Just question of curiosity, how come you haven't expanded? Also had this on silent for a while I watched. Oh. Yeah, I just delayed the expansion because we were in a winning position and I wanted to focus on just making sure we had proper control. Both my Zergs were kind of weak from fighting a bunch early, so their eco was going to be behind from going 9-pull and fighting nonstop, so I needed to focus on making sure we had proper control before I tried to expand. Yeah, and ladder, that's almost always a mistake, right? Either it's a mistake or you're basically going all in. Like if you're not expanding, you need to either make sure you win the game or do like serious damage, or yeah, you'll end up basically running out of time.
Add-on complete. Your forces are under attack.
We're not gonna make it to nukes though. I think it's interesting to see a Korean asking if StarCraft Brood War is popular in Brazil. Answer the truth. StarCraft Brood War is very well known in Brazil, but 99% of Brazilians who play strategy prefer Age of Empires too. Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. It's like as soon as it... What? Has it sent us seen a SCV going to build new...
Your forces
I'm always late with my questions. Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. I watched in like your video, you suck noob. Yeah, a lot of people seem to enjoy that one. Yeah, the YouTube has a little bit more delay too, so like I am aware of that. So if your questions come in or your comments or something come in a little bit late, I know YouTube has more delay for whatever reason, so I understand what's happening. Is this the lobby I was just in? No, right? Oh, maybe it was actually. You have been banned. Alright, I got my one game in before I started getting banned. That's alright. Koreans say those with low APM cannot play StarCraft Brood War, but no one outside of Korea wants to have a high APM. This is such a false statement. It's yeah, I mean I go on about this every now and then. APM is important if you legitimately are playing at that APM. The problem is you have a lot of people that put too much into APM, like too much, what's the word? I can't think of the word. But like it's too important, right, to these people. When it's not as important as people like seem to believe it is. Like I feel like I am a good example, right? My APM is on average like 150 to 160, right? If I'm going like hard, I'll hit 200 APM. Like if I'm really like going at it and it's like a tough game, then I'll hit like 200, like just over 200. Sometimes with Zerg gets high because you spam click with like Ling Muta a lot. So APM, if you look at it from like the pro point of view, and this is where I feel like the misconception comes from. The pros play at like 350 plus APM, right? Because they are legitimately playing at that APM. If you watch a professional StarCraft Brood War player from their point of view that is playing at 350 APM, it looks like unbelievably different than watching a 350 APM player that's like 1800 MMR. It's not the same. It's not even close to the same. You get people that love to spam because they're like, oh, the pros spam in the beginning, so if I spam like them, then I'm, you know, also like doing the right thing. But the pros spam because they actually play at 300 APM. Okay? When the spamming is done and it is time to actually play StarCraft, they play at 300 APM. You continue to spam at 300 APM while you're playing at like 140 EAPM. So you're actually wasting movement and wasting clicks and wasting time to get your APM up. That's why every single ladder game, I'm like 100 APM below my opponent when I beat them. Like, this is really, really common. So I feel like there's like a misunderstanding on APM because of that. Spamming APM to have a high APM number at the end of the game does not mean you're playing better StarCraft. Playing an 8 turn rate extra high that lags every single game. It is not possible to play good StarCraft. Big truth in this world, the Koreans are selfish. This is too laggy for me. Lag can destroy rhythm. Yeah, I hope it's not me lagging. Well, I feel like it is. I haven't dropped any frames, but every game I've been in has been like... Nah, that's not true. I had a couple that weren't laggy. Yeah, I don't think it's me. Oh, you know what? Because we're having trouble getting, like... Okay. We'll play this one. But there is a replay I actually want to watch with you guys that I did. I played one game off stream, and I really want to watch it with you guys.
Order scout? I read you. SCP good to go, sir.
Not enough minerals.
I feel like I know White Rhino. Oh, maybe not. Thank you guys. Still stuttering too. It's just gonna be one of those nights, guys. We can't get a game without lag.
Not enough minerals.
SCP good to go, sir. SCP good to go, sir. I read you. Roger that.
I'm going for nukes or battle cruisers. I'm actually against a pretty good team.
Enough minerals.
Uh,
Good to go, sir.
well, two of them are good. Is it two of them? Bullet, not good. White Rhino. Maybe it's only just the one. Okay. Maybe I'll try and sneak in a nuke or something.
Additional supply depots required.
Yes, sir. Job right at that. I read you. Reporting for duty.
Thing about BGH versus things like Fastest, it's actually kind of hard to like get into goofy strategies. And I've noticed like when you're playing Fastest, or at least when I've played, or when I watch people playing Fastest, if they're against players that aren't that good, it's still like not that bad to watch. Dude, can we please play one game without lag today? One more game. A bunch of games. But yeah, and BGH, it's like getting into, if you go like fast, and I'm using quotes right now, fast,
Not enough minerals.
nukes or something like that, it takes so long that the game's usually over. Like your team is dead or something. Or by the time you get into nukes, it's the game can be a bit weird. Poison the Nerd?
Minerals.
What channel is that? What is that a channel of? Ugh, yeah, we're still lagging.
You want a piece of me, boy? Standing by. SCP good to go, sir. Yes, sir. I read you. Commander. Reporting for duty. SCP good to go, sir. Piece of me, boy. Yes, sir. Reporting for duty. Piece of me, boy. Order received. Give me some of this shoot.
Your forces are under attack.
Right away, sir. Orders received.
Yeah, we're still mining gas.
SCP good to go, sir. Reporting for duty. Roger that. You want a piece of me, boy? Yes, sir. Orders, Captain. Roger that. Right away, sir. Roger that.
Okay, he stopped. That's what I needed to see.
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Orders received. I read you. Piece of me, boy. Give me some of this shoot. Orders, Captain. Commander. Reporting for duty.
Alright, dude. I appreciate you hanging out some. You have a good evening. I don't have a good place for my academy right now. Kind of a weird waste. That wasn't even all of his thing.
SCP good to go, sir.
Weird.
You want a piece of me, boy? Rock and roll.
Not enough minerals.
SCP good to go, sir. Give me some of this shoot. You want a piece of me,
Additional
boy?
supply depots required.
Jacked up and good to go. Rock and roll. SCP good to go,
Additional
sir.
supply depots required.
Go, go, go.
Are you sure about that?
Reporting for duty. Jacked up and good to go. Outstanding. Reporting for duty. Yes, sir.
Huh.
Orders, Captain. Affirmative.
That is what we call
Rock and roll. I read you.
a questionable decision.
Reporting for duty. Roger that. Standing by. Jacked up and good to go. SCP good to go, sir. I read you. You want a piece of me,
Additional
boy?
items required.
Order, Captain. Reporting for duty. SCV good to go, sir. Give me something to shoot. Outstanding. Standing by.
Not enough minerals.
Captain Red.
SCV good to go, sir. Yes, sir.
Captain Red. Did someone page me?
Alright, Chad. You have a good night, dude.
Orders, Captain. Job's finished. Orders, Captain. I read you.
Very rash, yeah.
Captain Red.
That was odd.
Need medical attention? Did someone page me? Captain Red.
Job's finished.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Upgrade complete.
Need medical attention?
Something to shoot. I read you.
Not enough minerals.
Captain Red.
SCV good to go, sir. Job's finished. Good to go.
State the nature of your medical
Reporting
emergency.
for duty.
Need medical attention?
Jacked up and good to go.
Where does it
Upgrade complete.
Orders, Captain. I read you.
Where does it hurt? I'm on the job.
Your forces are under attack.
Did someone page me? Did someone page me? Where does it hurt?
Dude, every game, it's so laggy. Send help.
I read you. Job's finished.
Somebody help.
Research complete.
Orders, Captain. I read you.
Insufficient phosphoric
Good
ice.
to go, sir. Affirmative.
Need medical attention?
What are we doing? Why does he keep... It's like double checking with units over and over again. Like, yep, nope, he's still there.
SCV good to go, sir.
Still killing me.
Affirmative. Reporting for duty. Affirmative.
Undertale. You know what? I still haven't played Undertale. I have it. Had it for a while.
Yes, sir. I read you. Roger that.
Research complete.
Did someone page me?
I read you. I can't build there. Yes, sir.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Wait a second, there's still units here. What the? Oh, I don't have a command center to use for that.
Go, go, go. SCV good to go, sir. Orders, sir. Orders, Captain.
Not enough minerals.
Commander. Identify target. Orders, Captain. SCV good.
Undertale stream? Yeah, I could actually.
Upgrade complete.
That is something I definitely could do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Proceeding. SCV good to go, sir. Standing by. Destination.
I wouldn't do it on YouTube though. I would only do it on Twitch.
Not enough minerals.
Reporting for duty. Identify target. Proceeding. SCV good to go, sir. Rock and roll. Moving. I read you.
Yeah, I try to keep my YouTube stuff to StarCraft only.
I read you. Reporting for duty. Orders received. Orders, sir. Moving. Piece of me, boy. Rock and roll. Yes, sir. I read you. SCV good to go, sir. Reporting for duty. Ready to roll out.
They're gonna die before I get to it. Maybe I get the nuke. Purple's Nexus. That would make me happy.
Identify target. Yes, sir.
No, don't quit!
I read you.
Research complete.
Explorer reporting. SCV good to go, sir.
I mean, the game was over. We were almost there. We were so close. Gonna tell you a curiosity. The owner of the channel, Quizzited Nerd, is a woke leftist, and for a long time he was the butt of jokes on right-wing channels in Brazil. I try not to talk politics too much, but just out of curiosity, is right-wing Brazil the same as right-wing America? Because I did learn that, at least in Germany, the right-wing is actually what would be our left-wing. So it's actually kind of swapped over there in Germany. Okay, so I want to show you guys a replay. I don't do replays very often, but this was a really good and cool game, I thought. So this is one of the only times I will ever watch a replay on stream. So the teams is me, Terran, 6 o'clock, SCV Legend here, and then Zaya, or Zia, I think Zaya. We're gonna say Zaya anyway. I am constantly told that Zaya is as good or better than me, okay? So my understanding was he's a good teammate. Then of course we got Hollywood, Temporaries, or Temporarias, and then Fang. So like these three play together pretty often. Obviously we know Hollywood here on the channel. We have had many arguments with him. But yeah, we'll skip the early game a little bit. There's not a whole lot to talk about. Like, it's double Zerg Protoss, so what you would expect to going into this is double 9 pull and then tech from the toss, right? So the double 9 pull mostly looks to control the game. Me playing bio, I guess I'll keep it like this. Might be easier for you guys to watch. Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be fun. So for me playing bio against double Ling, it's tough because you cannot push out early with bio against Zerg. So as soon as, if you land on Terran and you're against multiple 9 pulls, you just have to be prepared to just chill. You have to hope that your team can survive. So Zaya goes straight for a cannon, so they decide not to deal with him. Forge is a little bit late from SCV Legend. Here, he doesn't really do any harass, like to pick at the Lings while they're doing this, so he ends up losing both gateways. Then they fight after he's fighting without much surface area. He's not fighting with like his probes or anything, so a little bit of a bad fight for him. Or actually just a really bad fight, it is what it is. So he dies early, and then yeah, we got goons from him. We're just going straight goons. There's a Citadel. Timberry's kind of always ends up going to early DT. He likes it a lot. I just chilled at home because like I can't move out. Even if I try to go to help him, if they see me coming, I just get crushed by the Lings and the goons. So here they're fighting some of him. I think he did a counterattack. He may have killed a drone. I wasn't really watching. It's pronounced Zia? Okay. Good to know. I never was 100% sure. I kind of went back and forth. Okay. So I went into 2-gate, quick range. So I have range right now. So I'm just getting my bunker up. I'm safe here so I don't die to goons. I'm kind of expecting DT, so I go into comms out relatively early. We start an eBay. I guess he wasn't sure if he wanted to tech. I think he was thinking of going Muta, and then he saw the Fang, or they probably communicated Fang's already going Muta, so he decides to go into Hydra. He stays relatively low. So Zia does DT here, cuts through some Lings, actually gets inside. The Overlords were pretty far. While this is happening, I'm fighting here, so I clear out the DT while he's busy with that. The whole point of this move out that I'm making right now, I do not expect to kill anything, but double 9 pull Zerg, I'm getting up to stem, right? I have stem, I have a couple fire bats, and I have like medics, right? The whole purpose of this army, I'm not expecting to get damage. The damage is forcing Lings and killing those Lings. So they've had map control this entire time because of the 9-pull, right? The 9-pull and the heavy Lings. So these Lings right here are a big part of their map control, and I expect that they're teching up. I think I even scanned and saw the lair. No, I didn't actually. I think I saved my scan for... Let me check. Okay, yeah. So I did not scan yet, because I was saving it for the DT. But yeah, the whole point of this push out is to clear Lings, to get rid of their map control. So as soon as I reset the Ling count, because they've been going eco, I expect there's not going to be many Lings. Or if they continue to go Lings, it's still fine. Like Firebot, Stem, Medic can kill so many Lings. So we force some Lings, we get Sunkens out of them. You see his drone counts at 17. So while we're fighting here, Zergs are not going to be making drones, right? They're like, okay, we need to be making units because we need to make sure we don't lose map control. The counterattack from Zia, or the DT push rather, kind of has them distracted here, so Temporaries was inside his base as well. And then I moved out and I get this fight. So we kill like all of these Lings. This is like an amazing trade for us. One thing I didn't do that I should have done is as soon as I killed this Sunken, I go for this Sunken, and I shouldn't have done that because I know there's Lings making right now. So if I just go up here, if I get any drones or even stop him from mining, that's good damage. Or I even could have just run straight in and started targeting drones, would have been better. But I moved toward the Sunken, even though I kind of knew the Ling timing was coming out soon, so that was bad. I should have just moved up here to delay mining or run and sniped drones while they were building. But overall, still like a really good trade. While that's happening, I go up to my 2 factory, and we were just macroing behind. He's getting cannons here, but it actually doesn't end up making it. So this is where Zia, you can bear with me while I get it like sorted out in my brain. This is where we start kind of working well together. Like both of us understand what needs to be done here. So we both need to be fighting the entire time, because if you're fighting Zerg, a Zerg is not making drones, and it's going to stifle their tech and their macro. So the only one that's like kind of expected to be on even ground with this would be Temporaries, but he took a lot of probe damage from the DT. So we know that we need to fight non-stop. Any eco damage you get on Zerg is huge, because it's really hard for Zerg when their drone count is so low, and their bank is really low to like properly replace. So he was using DT to kind of focus drones. A lot of damage there. I'm cleaning up the goons here. And the reason I'm kind of okay chasing these to kill these is because I know his eco is low, so getting a reset here, I just don't have to worry about him being behind my base anymore. Like, it's kind of a pain back here. So I focus on killing that first before I start moving out properly. He spends money to cannon me in because he thinks I'm pure bio, but I don't ever play that way. Never. I think that's terrible. You see the people that are like 6-7 barracks, I think that's really bad. But kind of like Soju said, there's not many people that play bio tank like I do. It's usually like pure bio, and then sometimes like late tank. But I do like 3 rack, 4 rack, 2 factory like all the time. So he asked me to scan. I end up throwing a scan here. We see the mutas coming, but he's pretty well set up against it. I chase these to clear these off finally. Gonna skip a little bit of the lull here. Once I get that under control, and like I have my infrastructure set up, I'm ready to start fighting like non-stop. Yeah, we kind of did like a best of 7, yeah. I guess is what it turned into. Yeah, a lot of people are saying they enjoyed those games. So here he comes out, we're gonna bust this. Part of why he doesn't want to wait for tanks is because we need to do it quickly. Like, we're in a hurry. I start to siege and then I unsiege because I don't want to hit him with splash, and we're getting through this just fine, so there's no point in that. But yeah, we're in a hurry, so he doesn't want to wait for me to like slow push that, which I think is actually the correct call. So we group up, we're really strong. We know that 12 o'clock is hurt. Temporaries is pretty much recovering at this point. Still a little bit to go. He's on 29 workers, but he's only 4 behind Zia. So we just start pushing and fighting non-stop here. It's kind of tough positions because they're perfectly surrounding mid, so when we push out, we're going to have to deal with flanks. So the fights are always going to be pretty difficult for us. This is Saga, yeah. So here, I know that killing any muta is really, really good. We don't want that muta count to build up too big, because as long as we keep it low, this is a bad storm, or a good storm. Bad storm for me, because I didn't dodge it at all. I was looked away right when it came through. But we want to keep the muta count as low as possible so I don't have to deal with counters. I only made a few turrets because I'm really focused on just macroing nonstop. But yeah, we just fight pretty much from here on. So again, killing muta here, huge. So as soon as we reduce that, I know that I don't have to worry about mutas, so that's why I don't make any more turrets. I see the mutas coming out and we're fighting the muta, so I don't have to worry about it. And as long as I'm like monitoring it and keeping an eye on where his muta are and how many we're killing, then I can kind of like gauge how many turrets I need to throw up. And that's also part of why I don't bother pushing him. Like, we reset his army count there, so we're not too worried about any sort of counter or crush then. So if we push into the Sunkens, it just slows us down, while the two that are actually strong and have army can either flank or counter. So that's why I swap targets after we clear a bunch of the muta, and the muta are out on the map anyway. So the main thing here is just we are focusing on resetting army. I start expanding, because the longer it goes on, obviously we're at a disadvantage. And I don't know what kind of eco 12 o'clock is working on at this point. The good news for us is that he was mostly focused on Hydra. He made like a few more drones, but yeah, what are we at? We're at 20 drones, it's not enough. And I actually kind of thought because the Hydra count was so low that he was droning, but Zia did decent damage is a big part of what happened. It's a little bit tough for me, because like I want to push, but it's hard because I'm getting flanked non-stop, right? And like my reinforcements will get a cut off. So Zia moves to middle. He knows that he does not need to help me with this push. And this is what I mean, like I love that he understands what our roles are here. He knows that he absolutely does not have to help me with this push. So he's sitting here because he knows I can win this fight. They go for this counter. I kind of see his setup and I know he's like fine to hold up here. So I just keep pushing. I lose a tank there because this was my only game of the night. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm a little bit off. And this is kind of what I mean, right? You see like this counterattack at 7 mutas. It's not really the end of the world. I'm just repositioning this here. Kind of slow pushing here. He held. Like, this is obviously very distracting, but it's not enough muta to really do damage here to me. They come in for this fight. It's another good trade. Zia's back here with like decent macro. Getting his expansion up. My expansion's finished. And we know, unless Zerga's expanded up here, that we're pretty much keeping everybody on one base right now. And we can kind of monitor macro until whether or not they have like extra eco. So with both of us getting expansions up, like mine's coming up. I was a little bit lax on my macro later, but like for now I'm doing fine macroing. It's just I'm not dodging storms, which has been really bad. So more muta going down, trying to go for the snipes. They do end up like sandwiching him here, and I do a little bit of a sandwich here, turn it into like a decent trade for us. Target down, some Templar there, just pretty big. Down to 3 Templar. Like Zia still has a decent army after that, so like we actually won this fight. We straight up won this fight. Once we win that, I'm feeling pretty confident because like my expansion's up and running. Getting my stuff going. I see his expansion was up and running. He does end up losing it to a counterattack. He goes to help himself here. And again, like, I see, we know the roles here. I see that he's okay. He doesn't need me to move to help him. I just need to be fighting constantly. I'm wanting to push towards orange or 9 o'clock. I'm just a little bit slow this game. I'm not as non-stop as I need to be. But this moment right here, so we just kind of won the fight here, and he's getting countered here. And I know he's going to lose this base, but I expect him to hold because we just won the fight before. So knowing that he can hold, I focus on properly pushing for the kill here. which has basically been the same thing. Like we're kind of just yo-yoing them back and forth constantly, so they can't really properly focus on killing somebody without sacking someone. And if they go all in on someone and sacrifice 9 o'clock and fail, then they just lose the game. I end up getting a pretty good irradiate here. I got one like way underneath the pack, so we got good damage before it died. So here, same thing, like I get flanked, but I take another good trade. We damaged a lot of the meter, killed a few of them, clear off a lot of the army, and that means if we're like fighting and they're barely winning here in the 1v3 fight, then I know he now has map control. So we're basically yo-yoing map control and like army dominance like over and over again. He takes a fight, that means I'm in control, or they take a fight with me and then he's in control. That's kind of what we were doing, like, constantly. Kind of swapping back and forth like that. As my macro's, like, slowly growing, I'm just adding more barracks is all I'm really doing, because extra tanks isn't going to help a whole lot against the Zealot and double Zerg. I maybe could have gone into Goliath, would have been better, but, like I said, I kind of slipped a little bit this game. And you see the worker counts, like, Temporaries is good with us, but the 2 Zergs are pretty low, comparatively, like 51, 64, 54. Mine's always the highest, just saying. If I were spending, that would actually be good, but because I'm not spending, it doesn't really mean a lot. Once again, I move in here, but this time I just dematrix it, because I keep losing tanks, these stupid Sunkens. Also wasn't even getting tank upgrades. But my bio's on 1-2. So here he's fighting with him, and I know he's not going to die. Like, toss in these, like, really tiny chokes, and he has an expansion in storms. I'm super confident he's going to be perfectly fine. And this time, instead of, like, waiting for the flank, he moves out and kind of catches him here. Because, like, he knows now that he's stronger than Temporaries, for sure. So we can start fighting him, which guarantees that I will go ahead and kill Fang here. He loses the fight, but again, he's like, this is a good defensive position. It's really, really hard to break through. Kind of surprised Temporaries and Holly don't go for it, because like they see the Fang's dead. They know that he's dead here, so they should have been like all in trying to kill Zia, I think. I think they end up going for a counter on me soon. Yeah, I think that's what this is. I think they go for a counter here, but SCV Legends, 2 cannons from the beginning of the game, are still here. I kind of wish I was streaming, because like from my perspective, the game's like super intensive. Like, I was, like, really tryharding. But this was a super fun game. And winning a 2v3 against these people is, like, super satisfying. There you go. My one and only watched replay on stream, I think. Yeah, that's the first time I ever got to play with Zia, and I really, really enjoyed playing with him. He did exactly what I feel like he was supposed to do. God, it's only been an hour and a half. I feel like I've been streaming forever. The game was amazing. It was a super fun game. I swear, like... Well, so part of it, I have a lot of games like this. I'll play like one game off stream a week, and I swear every time I do, it's a really good game. And there is something about when I'm not recording, I just play much, much better. Even if I do like no cam, no mic streams, something about being on stream just makes me play different. Well, thank you for the sub Ricardo. I appreciate that on YouTube. Gotta go, gotta get up early. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. It's a little bit early. Actually, it's really early, but I'm a little bit tired. I feel like I could fall asleep right now, even though it's 9:30. I didn't sleep a lot last night. And the games have kind of been average today. It's not really keeping me awake. But I didn't stream yesterday, so I really tried to make sure I streamed today. But I'm gonna head to bed. Tomorrow, I might not stream StarCraft tomorrow night, so I'm for sure gonna do a variety stream on Twitch tomorrow. If I do it early in the evening, then I may still do StarCraft at night, but if I don't stream, or in the afternoon, but if I don't stream in the afternoon, I will do a variety stream on Twitch at night instead. Hey, thanks, Ricardo. I appreciate that. I really do. So, sorry to give you guys a short stream tonight. I just, I had to catch up on my sleep a little bit. And yeah, no promises on StarCraft tomorrow night, but I will promise StarCraft on, what's today, Wednesday, Friday? So I promise StarCraft Friday, for sure. But yeah, I want to get back into variety streaming a little bit. I keep putting it off because I feel pressured to play StarCraft when I haven't streamed for a day or two. So, sorry again for the short one, guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, hanging out with me. I did still have some fun. The games are kind of mediocre, but it's always nice chatting with all of you. But you guys have a good night, have a good day, depending on where you are in the world, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.